What is going on, everyone? Nate here with Second String Gamers, and in today's video I will be going over my Madden 19 first impressions. So here we go, just started up the game, fresh install, and we have an update, everyone. An update. Yes, so I just fast forward to the update for you, this way we don't have to wait for that. Kind of a bummer to get an update, but whenever you get a fresh install, that's usually what's going to happen nowadays. So here we go, finally loading in, and we get our EA splash screen. And I wanted to go ahead and watch this little intro video and see how, we get our first introduction into Madden 19, see what it looks like. We got these Steelers coming out of the tunnel. Antonio Brown, obviously our featured player. Big Ben, AB, all day. Now, I was going to do a exhibition game in this video, but the recording went a lot longer than I thought it was going to go. So instead, I decided to just kind of go over the menus. I went into a little bit of Ultimate Team. I just checked out what franchise mode had to offer real quick. But my next video will be an actual first game. I just wanted to kind of see what was kind of changed around. To me, this looks like not much of a visual update, but more of a feature update. So right here we have our first little menus to click through. And we're going to actually get into the game. And a roster update. Again, first load up, it's going to happen, but it's a bummer not to be able to just kind of jump right into the game after you install. So my favorite team's the Niners, so that's what I'm going with. And I always pick simulation ever since they've introduced the 3 modes. It's my favorite. Arcade is a little too much for me. Competitive, and not gonna lie, I was reading the descriptions for these right here. I got scared out of going expert, so I just stuck with advanced. And here we go, we get the little intro screens into what's new in Madden 19. So we have real player motion this year. And from a game I actually played later on, I can tell that there is some difference with the controls. You can kind of feel the way the player moves a little bit differently whenever you kind of move the stick around. So you can tell there is some different types of user control that has been introduced this year. And then we got long shot overview, celebration. Celebration is pretty cool. I like that you kind of press a button and choose a different celebration. Long shot mode, I'll be playing that mode too. Franchise mode, honestly, I'll probably be playing a lot of franchise this year. I was a big fan of Ultimate Team, but honestly, Ultimate Team past couple years has been a bit of a letdown for me, to be honest. I first jumped in on Madden Ultimate Team in 2016. I loved it. I felt like you were able to grind out solos and still get a lot of rewards and build a team without having to spend money if you didn't want to. Now, money helps to progress further faster, to get a better team faster, but at the end of the day, it really wasn't necessary. 17 and 18, I felt like they kind of they pressed the issue on making you spend money to actually get something worthwhile. And it just didn't seem fun anymore. You grind out solos and you get these non-auctionable players, so you can't even make money from doing the solos. So to me, it was a big letdown. And so whenever I first seen this first screen right here, I honestly thought it was a loading screen. I was like, oh snap, this is actually the menu. So the menu's pretty cool. I wanted to jump into the extras are, routine code, and nothing really there. So then walk into the settings mode, and let's see what's under. Yeah, let's go under settings. Let's see what's under settings. So we have settings, social sharing, change profile of our controller, legal agreements. That sounds fun. Assign auto subs, EA account, user agreement. The usual stuff that's here. Let's dig into the settings menu a little bit. We have game options, accessibility, penalties, player skill, CPU skill, visual feedback, volume control, game controls. I don't like to mess with these sliders too much whenever I first start a game, or whenever I first start, a new Madden. I like to kind of see where they've kind of aligned the CPU based on like all pro to see how I'm gonna like playing the game based on the way they kind of built it out to be. Now the one thing I always like to turn down is injuries during franchise, because I feel like injuries on the start are always, there's too much injuries. Like I don't know, there's just way too many injuries for me. But you know, we'll go into franchise mode this year, and you know, we'll see how the injuries are laid out in the beginning, see if we need to actually change or modify our settings there. But you know, just kind of scrolling through the menus here. And we got cameras. You know, again, all the usual stuff. Nothing too, that's too much. Now down here we have brightness and contrast. I actually think that on higher it looks better. As far as the menus go, I feel like the default is a little too, I don't know, just too bleh. But I like the way it looks on higher, so I'm gonna stick it on higher. Go with that for now. Now the one thing I've seen from people's playthrough on Madden 19 so far is that it seems like the one thing they did for in-game is they boosted the contrast a lot. And to me that's how they got the kind of new look slash feel, but to me all they did was a contrast boost, and they call that kind of a visual upgrade. So right here, just looking at the auto subs, nothing to see much there. Again, I like to play around with the game first before I mess with sliders and see how I want to modify things on my own. And we got franchise, ultimate team. I think it's kind of funny that you got the little splash for new legends, which will take you to ultimate team, and then the ultimate team selection. So obviously you know which mode they're trying to push more, and that's gonna be ultimate team, because that is definitely the money maker right there. We got Terrell Owens. Not gonna lie, I'm a bit salty that he was on the cover with the Dallas Cowboys uniform, but I get it. But as a Niner fan, I would have liked to see that Niner uniform. So it's good to see him in uniform right there. And then we see him playing for the Eagles. Alright, that's cool. But yeah, you know, the whole upgrade thing, you know, I have to dig into that to see what that feels like. You know, on the surface level, it sounds cool. For the upgrades, I know last year I really didn't dig into the upgrades too much. I felt like it was just a lot of coins to really get a little bit of return, and then on top of that, you know, new players are dropping, so you might spend a lot of time or money to upgrade a player, and then all of a sudden the card drops that you didn't have to put all that time into, and then honestly it's a better player than the card that you just upgraded. So to me, maybe I didn't dig into it enough, but last year I really didn't dig the whole upgrading players. It really didn't seem like it was that beneficial to me. So here, you know, just starting off in MUT, gonna see what I kind of get from the jump as far as what players they throw out at you. I like to look at the new, whenever they give you sets or packs in the beginning, because it kind of walks you through what's different or what's new. And again, we see the player upgrades there. The one thing that seemed cool that they added was whenever you can pull a card that has a quick sell attached to it or a quick sell value attached to it. I thought that was pretty cool. It'll be interesting to see what, again, I like to dig into that deeper. I'm not sure if that means that it'll really significantly hurt a card value or make a card value go up because the quick sell like that. But you know, again, I'll dig into that some more and we'll see what that looks like. So this first line, this D-line pack, let's see what we got here. And looks like it's gonna be, yeah, looks like it's gonna be silvers. I like the new animation for the cards. It's a bit long, so I can tell it looks cool now, but it might be one of those things where it's like, it's a little too long. It'd be awesome if they come up with an update where they can make that animation faster as the year goes on, because again, those new animations are cool in the beginning, but then they're like a little old and a little long, and you like to kind of see them go a little quicker whenever you're just going through packs. And just kind of cycling through, seeing what everything looks like. Looks, you know, a lot the same. Acquired, you see the college right there. So again, you know, just a standard pack. Then we get a quick sell. Oh, it looks like we got some more packs. Power up training pack. Team Elite Fantasy pack. NFL Doc, that was the one for the beginning. Looks like some loyalty packs. Now again, I kind of quit Ultimate Team a little early last year because again, it was kind of bugging me. I really got heavily into franchise last year, so I'll be doing a lot of franchise play this year for the channel. Get a 500 quick sell right there. Use your coins and just, you know, talking about packs. get Promote to Starter, Golden Tate, the 3rd pack. So let's see what overall he is. No, he's just a silver too. So it's a campaign Golden Tate. So again, I'll dig into the Ultimate Team further on down the road, or in an upcoming video, and we'll dig in deeper and see what all these things actually do. See if they kind of seem like a waste time. See if it's actually fruitful to do that. I like that they added a little bit more solos, because to me, I'm not a big online player in terms of Ultimate Team. I like to play the squads. Squads is fun. The draft is fun, but the whole ticket thing, I'm not into that, honestly. The whole ticket thing kind of ruined it for me. I was a casual player online like that, but the whole ticket thing just, maybe I guess that you can make a case that if you have coins on the line that it took you, or money on the line in terms of you get into that game, you might not want to quit that game. But to me, it was a money grab on EA's part. So we have our Team Captain Fantasy Pack, and I'm gonna go Jerry Rice. Come on now, the GOAT, Jerry Rice. So use training to upgrade Captain. So we get 5 training points right there, so I'm going to go and guess that it's going to give us 1 overall or something like that, just to show us what that whole training does. And there we go, we got our team captain, Jerry Rice, and our 5. That's kind of what they did in a quick sell, the whole training points. So there we go, purchase tier 1, again goes 76 overall from 75. There we go. Now it's kind of weird that they don't show you what stats get upgraded by going to a different overall. It doesn't say like, oh, you get a +1 this, +1 that. At least from the jump right there, I don't see it sticking out. That'd be nice to kind of see what gets upgraded as you go 1 overall up. Obviously, he's going to boost somewhere. And here we go, we get all these player packs. I'll save you me going through all them and having a hard time deciding one. So I went ahead and fast forwarded that for you, and I went ahead and went with Telvin Smith. And he's another upgrade player, so another one that we get to, or this one I guess is a power up. So really is an upgrade player different from a power up player? It's the same, right? It's purple, the training points are purple. I'm gonna go ahead and guess that power up and level up is the same thing, but whenever I dig into Ultimate Team some more and learn more about it, and here we go, we have another campaign player. This one's Ben Roethlisberger at 2,000 coins. And go ahead and quick sell that. Yeah, we got another campaign player right there. Again, I'll dig into franchise or Ultimate Team more and figure out more what that's about. Got another 1,000. Little card about the auction house. I'll go ahead and go to the auction house in a little bit, see what that's about. For now, let's get the rest of these packs open. The Team Items Fantasy Pack. Well, if we're going team items and I already know what I'm going with here, no need to fuss around with that. I'm gonna go with the Niners. With Jimmy G this year, we better have a good year. I'm gonna be sad if it's not. If it's not 8-8, I'm gonna be sad. So we have gold uniforms, gold stadium. Oh, we get 75 training points there. So we can go and quick sell that. We have a gold Kyle Shanahan card. Just gonna quick sell these training points. Now we have 75. I'm gonna actually get a power training pack as well. And we get 25 more, so okay. Now we have up to 100. Again, it's probably a low amount, so it's just to get you started off, to get your feet wet. I'm assuming kind of pull you in on what these training points are all about. And here we have looks like we get an elite player, 80 overall. I went ahead and took my time on this too, I believe. I'm not mistaken. So I will probably fast forward. Von Miller. Got Myles Garrett. Mike Evans. David Johnson. Joey Bosa. Kareem Hunt. Andrew Luck. Sean Lee. Devontae Parker. Carson Wentz. Julio Jones. Jimmy G. Landon Collins. Leonard Fournette. Leonard Williams. Matthew Stafford. A lot of quarterbacks. Aaron Rodgers, as I say, we got a lot of quarterbacks. There was no quarterback. Rob Gronkowski. Amari Cooper. Todd Gurley. CJ Mosley. Josh Norman. Michael Thomas. Russell Wilson. Le'Veon Bell. I feel like we've gone through like 40 teams now. It feels that way at least. Harrison Smith, and to round it up, Deshaun Watson. So again, I took my time here, and I was deciding between quarterbacks. I was between Jimmy G, Mariota, Deshaun Watson. Ultimately, I went Deshaun Watson. To me, it was a perfect mix between the two. I'm sure I'll upgrade him quickly after this, but, you know, to start off. So let's go and see what that NFL.com reward pack was. Was it worth giving our email up? And it wasn't. Not for those stupid tickets. It definitely wasn't worth it, but whatever. We got our tickets. And we get 3 of these loyalty reward packs. Again, I'm not sure if I could have earned more if I would have stood in Ultimate Team longer last year, but like I said, I was bummed out by the whole mode. So we have Jimmy Graham. And one thing I noticed right here was that Jimmy Graham and Zach Brown are the only 2 that have the actual power up on them. And we'll also see that NAT is back again, so there's that. I took my time on this first selection here, but ultimately I had to go with my boy Zach Brown. I like me a speedy middle linebacker for my first user. And he's a power up too, so that also helps. And I didn't realize it then, but I realize it now, is that all these packs are the same, so it made my decision from here on out easier. So we got DeMarcus Lawrence. Yeah, again, we just go, you know, same guys as last time. What if I would pick Zach Brown again? I guess it wouldn't matter because he's not auctionable or tradable. So I went Jimmy G with my second selection. For the third one, there's no other power up guys, so I'm gonna have to make a decision between those guys. Brandon Cooks looks pretty nice. Probably won't go DeMarcus Lawrence. Brandon Cooks looks nice. Glover Quinn. Jay Ajayi. But his speed's only 82, so I'm sure there's a budget piece out there that has some pretty decent speed. Glover Quinn. 80 speed. Good man, good zone. Brandon Cooks. 87 speed. Not bad. Would be an upgrade over Jerry Rice. But ultimately, I like defense. I'm gonna go Glover Quinn. Again, we could probably find a budget, like a little speed dude to put in there too. Back out to the menu. Let's go and look at the trade block. I want to see if they made any changes to the auction house from last year. And so it looks like we got our same positions here. No changes there. Let's go into QB. And okay, cool. They still left the overalls the same. No changes there. The one thing I do notice though, that buy now price is sticking out to me. So they have buy now price sorted in ascending order. So that's gonna make you snipers out there, it might be a little tad more difficult. Maybe not, because you still have to drill down to try and find the lowest price on a single player, but instead of having to have that quick draw finger and getting to buy now first and ascending, it looks like they made it a little bit easier for people to snipe now. But again, now there's gonna be more competition on that. So there's that to think about. Just going to go into our lineups. We have offense here, that's normal. We have offense, got our defense right there. So it's going to go generate our best team. Defense. We're not looking good yet, but we'll get there, guys. We'll get there. JRS is our punt returner, who's like 75 speed, I think. We have our specialist, is pretty cool this year. I like that we've got these specialists: slot corner, slot receiver. It's pretty awesome to see that. They're down back, power back. It's pretty awesome to see. Sub linebacker. Pretty cool. Again, I'll have to dig into this more later, but here we have our team strategy. And then team visuals. This is very interesting right here. So the cool thing about this team visuals is that, if I'm reading it right, you can have your uniforms as far as that go for your strategy, but as far as visuals go, you can actually change that. So last year, if you participated in the Frozen Tundra or whatever that series was called last year, you might have like Frozen players that require those uniforms to get those boosts. The only bad thing is like you could be past, when it's cold. You don't necessarily want those uniforms. It's just that they upgrade your team. You gotta have a different uniform. I think it's cool they added that whole team visual aspect, because now you can change the uniform to be whatever you want instead of the uniform that you have to use in order to get that boost on your team. So I think it's pretty dope. It's also kind of cool because it kind of hides what you're using, in terms of if you were using those Frozen upgrades, you really won't see them off the bat. You might know based on the players that they have, but you wouldn't know it off the bat. So it's kind of cool, kind of masks that. But it's also cool because it lets you see, what you have. So here we go. We have this campaign. Yep, campaign, offensive campaign hero, defensive campaign hero. Again, I'll dig into these more deeper whenever I actually get into the mode. But for now, I just kind of want to scroll around the menus, kind of see what we got. Core rookie, team items, players. Looks like Saquon Barkley is the master there. Mud tokens, series trophy case, legends, team diamonds. Alright. That sounds expensive. We have MUT level required for the gauntlet. And we have our MUT loyalty. Again, I'm not sure what I really have for MUT loyalty. Again, I kind of quit towards the end of the year. But I'll dig into MUT, or into Ultimate Team, and see what it looks like this year. See if it's worth playing. If it feels like, again, it's just a money grab from EA. It sucks, but Ultimate Team is really fun whenever it doesn't feel like a grind for nothing. Because you don't have, to me that was to make their money, because not everybody wants to grind out solos to build a decent team. Some people just want to pay up front and, build their team that way, which is cool too. But I think EA kind of wants that money grab. So just looking through these overalls, Dallas 84, Indianapolis 75. I'm really happy with the Niners overall being an 85. I think it's pretty dope. 78 for the Cardinals, 80 for Browns, 79 for the Bills, 76 for Cincinnati. Looks ugly. Minnesota with the 90, Tennessee with the 84, 88 for the Texans. Okay. Seattle only 86. Well, they did get rid of like a lot of players. Baltimore 81, 93 for the Rams. Rams is a crazy team. Carolina Panthers, the 86, 89 for the Packers, 82 for the Lions, Jags at 87, Giants at 80, there we go, back to the Niners, 85, looking pretty good. We'll see how they actually play though. Hopping on back to the menus, checking out. I really can't wait to hop into franchise mode. It's really what I'm waiting to see if they change. Because the one thing I hope that they have with franchise mode that I haven't heard anybody talk about yet, but I'll see whenever I dig into it, is stats. Stats really bug me. Here we go. We have create a player, create QB, all the regular stuff here. But like I was saying with the stats part, you know, it sucks whenever you go from, or a player goes from one team to the other team, and their stat shows that they played for only that team their whole career. I like to see them hold historical data as far as, you know, this guy went from the Niners to the Cowboys to the Eagles. You know, you won't be able to see that. You'll just see that he was the Eagles. And if you're playing a franchise mode and you're going into, you know, multiple years, it's fun to kind of see where players have gone, what their stats were for that team. So I hope that they have that in here, but I haven't heard it talked about. But we'll see. Like I said, when I dig in some more, I'll see if there's any changes like that. It'd be awesome too if they kind of kept it around, you know, which teams won the Super Bowl, which year, you know, certain players won the MVP. I know you can go into their stats, you know, by themselves and kind of see which accolades they've acquired over their career, but you have to know if that player got that accolade in order to see if they got one that year. You couldn't just look up a year and see who won Defensive Player Rookie of the Year that year or MVP that year. It'd be nice to be able to see stuff like that. But like I said, I ran out of time on this recording. I didn't want it to go too long, so on the next one, I will do my first exhibition play. Cowboys and Niners. So you know, again, I'll be doing an all pro, seeing how the game feels, seeing how, you know, works out. But till the next one, guys, thanks for sticking around. See ya.